This is the L2C Media Network on YouTube, and this is Sports Final, brought to you by the L2C Media Network. Now, with the details that make the headlines in a sort of a mild day in sports for Tuesday, it is our Pope of Sports, Steve, the Baxman Baxman. Hello, how you doing? Good evening. Welcome to the broadcast. And yes, I want to make sure you can see the full effectroid here. There. No certain frog. Welcome everybody to Sports Final, and tonight it's going to be fun because it was a mild Tuesday. We do have some sports, but a little breaking entertainment news. We are dedicating this program tonight after we dedicated our program last night to Ed Farhat Jr. Tonight we're dedicating our show to the legendary actor and Academy Award nominated actor. He's mainly in comedy and romantic comedies. He also starred in not one, but two big hits on TV. He was the father who owned the publishing company with Laura San Giacomo was a part of, and David Spade, called Just Shoot Me. And for 8 seasons, the grandfather to Adam Goldberg in The Goldbergs. We found out earlier this evening that George Segal died at the age of 87 from complications of bypass surgery. Oi, I am definitely going to start to drink. I'm going to definitely continue drinking my water. And trust me when I tell you, an empty 2-liter bottle of soda filled with soda bottle with water is definitely primo. All right. Let's rock it on the wild side, if we can, if possible. And let's get to it. Let's get to the sports and the headlines that we detail right here, right now. And you can always tell when it's a mild day in sports when not much of the headlines. But we do have a review of, because it happened, it started last night and it continues today, the Women's March Madness. We'll talk more about that in a moment, but right now, some NFL news, and we got it for you tonight. Don't we there, Uno? My cat Uno over there. And the free agent fandango continues. Let's go to Philadelphia. The Eagles haven't been active in the free agent market thus far, but they have filled a major position of need at the quarterback spot. Philadelphia signed former Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco after a successful free agent visit earlier this week, per his agent JL Sports. Flacco will be the number 2 quarterback behind Jalen Hurts. 21. Now, Flacco's coming off the season as Sam Darnold's backup with the New York Jets. He ended up starting 4 games in New York, completing a career-low 55.2% of his passes for 864 yards with 6 touchdowns to 3 interceptions and an 80.6 passer rating. The Jets averaged 16.20 points in Flacco's 4 starts, but they averaged 27.5 points over his last 2 starts, including matching a season high with 28 points in a Week 11 loss to the Los Angeles Chargers. 36-year-old Flacco has started 175 games since his 13 NFL seasons with the Baltimore Ravens, Denver Broncos, and Jets, compiling a 98-77 record. Flacco has completed 61.7% of his passes for 40,000 931 yards with 224 touchdowns to 144 interceptions, 84.1 passer rating. Flacco did his best work in the postseason, where he went 10-5 in 15 starts with the Ravens while throwing 25 touchdown passes to 10 interceptions, or 88.6 rating. He finished with one of the greatest, and we're going to repeat that one more time, postseasons in NFL history in leading the Ravens to Super Bowl XLVII title. Let's see, that would be 40. XL would be 40. 47, Super Bowl 47 title, completing 57.9% of his passes for 1,140 yards, 11 touchdowns to no interceptions for 117.2 passer rating, capturing Super Bowl MVP honors after going 22 of 33 for 287 yards and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions, 124.2 rating in a 34-31 victory over the San Francisco 49ers. The Eagles have been searching for a veteran mentor for Hurts, and Flacco was the guy. So I guess you could say it don't hurt so bad, does it now? Meow, 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 meow. Anyway, there you go. So let's get going here whilst I take a little drink of water. I found out that if you drink water for 20 days, and I'm going to do this, if you drink water, nothing more, but drink water for 20 days, you'll be clean and your heart will thank you for it. So there we go. Keep an eye on me. Okay, more NFL news before we take it as far as we can. And we already got our first problem in the free agent fandango for 2021. The New York Giants, and again, when you think of trouble, you think of the New York Giants. Well, New York Giants may not have a deal with Kyle Rudolph after all. New York has hit a snag in finalizing Rudolph's contract after the team's medical staff became concerned when Rudolph's physical revealed that the former Pro Bowl tight end may need foot surgery, per Mike Garafolo of the NFL Network. Rudolph suffered a foot injury this past December, which landed him on the injured reserve list and caused him to miss the final 4 games of the season. Now, prior to last season, Rudolph played in 93 consecutive games, a testament to his durability at his position. Rudolph's lingering ankle injury may cost him millions with the Giants, hurting the team's plans for him in the offense in 2021. New York and Rudolph agreed to a 2-year contract last week, but the deal has not been signed. Rudolph has not had an official press conference with the Giants, but spoke about his pending deal with the team on XM's NFL radio on Monday. The Giants and Rudolph aren't ending contract discussions yet, but New York is looking to cover all grounds if Rudolph would indeed need to get surgery. At this point, the Giants haven't moved on from one of their biggest acquisitions of the offseason. There you go. There you go. Can we, thank you. One more time, guys. One more time. All right. Let's go with more headlines. And wow, there's a party for George Hill. Lakers, Clippers, 76ers are interested in the veteran guard, or so a report says. George Hill hasn't played since January 25th due to a thumb injury, but that hasn't stopped contending teams from trying to trade for the veteran guard. According to Bleacher Report's Jake Fisher, the Lakers, Clippers, and 76ers are all interested in acquiring him ahead of Thursday's trade deadline. The Thunder are willing to take on salary if it means getting draft capital back for Hill, Fisher reports. The Clippers are an obvious possible destination for Hill. They sorely need point guard help, and while Hill isn't a traditional floor general, he'd still be a playmaking upgrade over the players they have now. Now, ironically, Hill was traded for Kawhi Leonard on the night of the 2011 NBA draft. Almost said NFL. I think I did, but I corrected. The Spurs got a championship out of that arrangement, and if the Clippers acquire Hill, they'd give him a chance to pursue his first one alongside the player who cost him his chance to win it in San Diego. Hill's hybrid game wouldn't fit well with the other Los Angeles team. The Lakers could use some extra playmaking with LeBron James out, but when he returns, Hill's ability to shift into a 3-and-D role would make him a valuable role player. Hill played with James in Cleveland and reached the 2018 NBA Finals. He struggled in that stint, but perhaps the second time could be the proverbial charm. The 76ers are reportedly exploring just about every guard on the market. They might make a big splash with Kyle Lowry, but if not, upgrading their shooting and defense would certainly make sense. They've already struck one guard-based deal with the Thunder when they swapped Al Horford for Danny Green. Another would certainly help them in their quest to dethrone Brooklyn as the Eastern Conference favorites. The Thunder are in the middle of a rebuild and are willing to trade practically any veteran for draft picks. Hill's versatility makes him a fit on virtually any contender. That makes him one of the likeliest players to be by Thursday's deadline. Aww. 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 Okay. Okay, we got more headlines coming to you, but we do have to bring you the women's NCAA little dealy bop. So let's give you that lovely thing we call women's college basketball scoreboard. And if you're ready, so are we. Yahoo. And I'm going to take off my hat here. Yeah. There we go. There you go. So my hair is a mess. Whoops. Okay, time now for the NCAA Women's Tournament, or as we're calling it, the Women's March Madness, since, well, frankly, nobody else is going to call it that. We will. Women's March Madness. So let's get to the scores. And give you all the fun. On to it. Yes, we will. Okay. Come on, guys. Let's punch it up. Thank you. All right, let's I give Uno a treat. She's been a very good cat, although she has a funny way of showing it. Okay, let's go to tonight's NCAA Women's March Madness. And I got to agree, ladies need equality for this. I mean, their brackets, come on. Let's give the women a chance, you know. By the way, all scores are sponsored by William Hill Sportsbook. Let's make it interesting, but do it responsibly. All right. In the NCAA Women's March Madness, sponsored by, of course, Capital One in the Mercado region. It was number 1 seed North Carolina State over number 8 seed. Is that it? Yeah, number 8 seed South Florida, 79-67. Number 5 Iowa, an 86-72 winner over number 4 Kentucky in the Riverwalk region. Hail, hail, the Maize and Blue, 6th ranked Michigan toppled 3rd ranked Tennessee 70-55 in the also in the Riverwalk region. Meanwhile, in the hemisphere region, it was number 5 Georgia Tech over number 4 West Virginia Mountain Mamas. Take Me Home, Country Road, 73-56. Parlez-vous. Number 2 Baylor in the Riverwalk region took out 7th ranked or 7th seeded Virginia Tech, 90-48. And in the hemisphere region, it was number 1 South Carolina over number 5. Was it number 6? That's it. Number 8. Can we get this thing bumble here? So I don't have to mush. Thank you, boys. There we go. Okay, try that one again. In the hemisphere region, number 1, South Carolina over number 6 or 8. No, it's number 8. Okay, thank you. Number 8, Oregon State, 59-42. It's proper to do this. Back at the Riverwalk region, number 1 ranked UConn, an 83-47 winner over number 8 Syracuse. In the Alamo region, number 1 Stanford over number 8 Oklahoma State, 73-62. And is that it? Yeah, that's it. You know, it's hard to read when they're small, but when you boost them up a bit, you can definitely read them. So there you go, Country Roads. Okay. That's par for the course for this program. Shall we do this? Boom. And once again, if your brackets are still alive, congratulations. Let's get you some NBA scores while we're at it. And we do it with respect. Let's go to it. Here are the NBA scores. Right now, after 3 quarters, it is the Brooklyn Nets over the Portland Trailblazers by a score of 9-2, 9-1. 6:05, is it 5:05 left in the third. Philadelphia 76ers over the Golden State Warriors. Actually, now they've tied 74-74. That game, of course, on TNT. Denver Nuggets took care of the Orlando Magic 110-99. New Orleans Pelicans took out the Los Angeles Lakers 128-111. New York Knicks over the Washington Wizards 131-113. And finally, the Phoenix Suns defeated the Miami Heat 110-100. Amazing, but true. Okay, let's go from the hardwood to the hard ice, or synthetic ice if you prefer. That's right, it's time for some NHL scoreboard. But before we do that, before we do the scoreboard, we have a little breaking news. The Canadiens' next 4 NHL hockey games have all been postponed due to COVID-19 situations. All right, let's get to it here. The NHL has reportedly agreed to make changes to the draft lottery process that will help bad teams. Are you listening, Detroit? That's right. Can we pop a Thank you, boys. Oh, yeah, thank you. The NHL Draft Lottery is going to look a bit different moving forward, according to Pierre Lebrun of TSN. The NHL's Board of Governors has formally approved changes to the draft that were requested by the league in October. The requests came from general managers and pertain to helping teams that finish lower in standings get a higher chance of winning the draft lottery. Now, in the last 10 years, a last-place team has landed the top pick in the NHL draft lottery only 2 times. That's right. Now, what are the changes approved by the Board of Governors? Why, we have the 3 right now, and here they are as follows. Number 1, the number of lottery draws have been reduced from 3 to 2 starting in this year, so last place teams, therefore, can't draft any lower than number 3 overall. Second, maximum move up for lottery winner limited to 10 spots, so only 11 teams can win lottery and draft first overall instead of 16 starting in 2022. And number 3, no team can win draft lottery more than twice in 5-year periods starting in 2022. So there you go. Now, changes to help teams that finish lower in the standings come 1 year after the 18th place New York Rangers won last year's draft lottery. The Detroit Red Wings, who had the worst record in the league, came up 4th in that draft lottery. How much you want to bet they finally get number 1? Well, they will. So, let's get to it, shall we? I'll be there shortly there, Uno. Uno? I'll be there shortly. Why don't you go up to your little perch there? Okay, let's get to the scores while we're stuck on a miracle. Stuck on a miracle. And here we go at the end of the second period, the only game that's still going on. Colorado Avalanche over the Arizona Coyotes, 3-2 final scores. The New Jersey Devils beat the Philadelphia Flyers 4-3. Sharangovich for New Jersey, 1 goal, 1 assist. Zajac for New Jersey, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Couturier for Philly, 2 goals. Linda Steele, Chicago Blackhawks defeated the Florida Panthers 3-2. Lankinen for Chicago, 33 saves. Kane for Chicago, 2 assists. And Hagel for Chicago, 1 assist. The Nashville Predators blanked the Detroit Red Wings 2-0, and they were playing with a busted horn. Saros for Nashville, 31 saves. Granlund for Nashville, 1 goal. And Olivier for Nashville, 1 goal. The Stanley Cup defending champion Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Dallas Stars 2-1. Vasilevskiy for Tampa Bay, 16 saves. Hintz for Dallas, 1 goal. And Stamkos for Tampa Bay, 1 goal. And the Islanders and Bruins were postponed due to COVID. And there you go. There you go. The NHL scores a lot more, and this gives us a little time to do a little shilling. And speaking of shilling, we have to do this because we want to make sure everybody knows. Let's rock the porch, shall we? Oh, I forgot. There we go. Okay, let's tell you what's coming up in just 4 minutes. Actually, 2 minutes on Lost Blaney Interwebs with the humble lawyer from Minnesota, wild man Nick Rakita. Tonight, Joshua Moon sued by a paralegal, along with various news and somewhat funny jokes. That's with Nick Rakita and guest on Lost Blaney Interwebs, midnight Eastern Time, 11 Central Time on the Rakita Law channel here on YouTube. Enjoy the fun. Yes. Okay. Have we solidified that? Yes, we have. And once again, our scoreboards are sponsored in part by William Hill Sportsbook. Remember, let's make it interesting, but do so responsibly. And here in Michigan, if you need a little help, if you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7177, 1-800-270-7177. And there you go. Hot damn summer in the city. So, what next? Oh, we got more news, more headlines. In fact, we go to our friends at Awful Announcing for this next item. And, well, this is interesting. As you see my mom behind me picking things up. So let's get to some of the headlines. Boom. And Ken Pomeroy is called out, CBS and Turner, for using proprietary stats without attribution. Well, let's tell you who he is. He is the stats man. He has enjoyed the rise to basketball analytical prominence over the past decade for good reason. His statistical modeling was revolutionary to the world of college basketball, things that seem commonplace now, considering pace and per possession numbers, among many other factors, weren't really part of the public discourse on the sport. Now, that's not to say Pomeroy deserves sole credit for the rise of analytics in college basketball, but he does it very well and has done it very well for a long time now, and publicly available and cited rankings like his help force the NC2A away from, say, RPI as our leading metric. They developed their own NET ranking, which is different from Ken Pom by design and certainly isn't perfect, but it certainly is better than where we were even a decade or two ago. His numbers have been the go-to for plenty of analysts, and they've started to pop up much more mainstream channels, including game broadcasts and studio shows. There's one slight problem there, though. A lot of Pomeroy's data lives behind a paywall at $20 for a year subscription. It's a bargain if you're into this kind of research for whatever reason, which brings us to today, when Pomeroy tweeted a thread of displeasure with how broadcasters have appropriated his data without giving this guy credit. There's one tweet of 4. I have a bone to pick with CBS and Turner. Their broadcasters have used my data or something very similar dozens of times in their tourney coverage so far. That's awesome. But they never credit the source of their data. ESPN is pretty good about this, so it's not hard to do. Another tweet, seconds per possession, average height, minutes, continuity, adjusted offense, blah, 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 blah. You know that. Pomeroy made clear that he wasn't looking for constant name drops while noting that it wasn't just his data being used. Now, does he have a point? Maybe. But it would certainly be unwieldy for broadcasters constantly be citing numbers, but plenty do it now already. And also do so for things like articles and interviews used for prep research that make it on the air. As he himself notes, though, it's not what he's asking for. Few mentions of a resource valuable enough to provide data used by analysts is a big deal, and there's no bigger platform than March Madness. Now, that's Pomeroy's target audience, and especially considering his is an independent site built on subscribers, asking broadcasts to mention where they got info from every once in a while. Feels like a good request, don't you think? I think so. And we applaud. Should just ask. Well, here's something bizarre. It looks like there's going to be a new home for the Italia Series A soccer matches. And this fall, they'll have a new home. Score 1 for CBS. Italian journalist Marco Bellinazzo tweeted that CBS Sports and Paramount Plus had scored the rights to Italy's Series A for the next 3 seasons, starting with the upcoming 2021-22 season. From Bellinazzo, CBS would be paying $55 million, though it's unclear whether that is in U.S. or Euro dollars, and whether that's per year or, more likely, for the entire 3-year pact for the rights. Now, World Soccer Talk reports that ESPN was very competitive with CBS in trying to retain the rights. The Sports Business Journal pegged the cost at $75 million US per season, with the Coppa Italia also included in that. Now, if this is indeed kosher, this would be a major coup for CBS, as the rights for the previous 3 seasons were held stateside by ESPN, which aired most of the matches on ESPN+. The Series A rights would join the UEFA Champions League, Europa League, and next season's Europa Conference League, the NWSL, the top leagues in both Brazil and Argentina, and various CONCACAF matches. Acquiring the rights to a top 5 Euro League is a huge gift for CBS, as it shows that the network is a true player in the soccer rights landscape in America. Contrast that to Turner, who acquired the UEFA rights and then just stopped caring about bolstering their portfolio of top-tier soccer rights. Now, this is more about CBS and less about ESPN. Now, ESPN Plus still has plenty of live soccer, highlighted by the Bundesliga, the England's domestic cups, and MLS. And while losing Series A hurts, it's just a flesh wound for the service. As for CBS, the Series A rights likely won't be a bigger driver of subscribers than the Champions League rights, but every little bit can only help. And by the way, the Premier League, with NBCSN going off the air, I wonder if that means all the Premier League games will be going straight to the premium version of Peacock. Ooh, that would be bad. A lot of people would like to see soccer for free, so CBS and Paramount Plus, good luck. Ha. So there you go. And by the way, we want to welcome Steven Nelson. He is the new co-host of MLB Network's Intentional. Let's try it again. Steven Nelson is new co-host of MLB Network's Intentional Talk. Yahoo Sports is launching a premium subscription product, Yahoo Fantasy Plus, and adding a video draft together interface. There you go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, for want of a better word, is your media bites for tonight. And now, speaking of the world of soccer, or football, as it's called, let's get with it, folks. Let's get jiggy. It's 7 minutes past. It's 7 minutes past 12, and we got until about 20. I'm trying to think here. How many minutes? 22 minutes. This hour has 22 minutes, and believe me, we'll kill off the hour. Here we go. In League One action, Blackpool over Peterborough United, 3-1. Swindon Town over Bristol Rovers, 1-0. Shrewsbury Town over Burton Albion, 2-1. Northampton Town over Oxford, 1-0. In League Two, Mansfield Town and Forest Green Rovers ended in a 0-0 tie. Leyton Orient defeated Carlisle United 1-0. Same score for Grimsby Town over Barrow, 1-0. Colchester United and Tranmere Rovers tied at 2. Oldham Athletic over Exeter City 2-1. Scunthorpe United over Bradford City 2-0. And Southend United and Walsall ended in goose egg. And here we go. National Soccer League action or National League Soccer action. Chesterfield defeated Aldershot Town 1-0. Altrincham 3-0 winner over Kinglands Town. Sutton United over Bromley 3-1. Hartlepool United over Dagenham and Redbridge 1-0. Stockport County, can't say that word. Stockport County defeated Eastleigh 3-0. Torquay United over Solihull Moors 2-0. Woking over Wealdstone 1-0. Yeovil Town and Notts County tied at 2. In Scottish League 2 action, it was Stranraer 2-0 over Brechin City, and Edinburgh City over Albion Rovers 2-1. In the Scottish Cup, it was Montrose, a 2-1 winner over Nairn County. Falkirk, a 2-1 winner over Arbroath. Broda Rangers over the Heart of Midlothian 2-1. Dumbarton over Huntley 4-0. Ayr United over Elgin City 4-0. Foreman United over Anand Athletic. Actually, they ended up in a 1-1 tie, but Formentine United won 3-1 on penalties. Clyde over Keith 2-0. Grandcock Morton and Dunfermline ended in a goose egg tie. Greenock Morton won 6-5 on penalty kick. Patrick Thistle 3-0 over Cowanbreath. Stenhouse Muir over Peterhead 1-0. Wraith Rovers over Stirling Albion 2-0. Buckle Thistle lost to Inverness Caledonia Thistle 3-2. Get away from that phone. Yeah, I show up with the treats and you get off that phone, you lanky cat. There you go. Okay, in the Irish Premiership, Ballymena United over Linfield 2-1. Carrick Rangers over Portadown 5-3. Dungannon Swifts over Crusaders 2-1. Glenavon and Coleraine ended up in a 1-1 tie. Glentoran beat Warrenpoint Town 2-1. And that's your big old football scores in a nutshell. Speaking of a nutshell, it's not a nutshell, but it does taste crispy in milk. It's our scoreboard. That's right. That's right. By the way, hello, my friends on Facebook, Gab Social.
You want these?
You got, yeah. Oh. I just hope these aren't tomatoes.
Huh?
I just said I hope they're not tomatoes. Nope. Yep. They're tomatoes. Yeah. I'll give you the tomatoes. Huh?
A small amount.
Huh?
I moved to amount because I don't like them.
There you go. Anyway. Okay, let's food talk here. I love it. Anyway. Hi to my friends on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Gab Social, Minds, Instagram, TikTok, and all the social media platforms that we all use in life. Okay, let's go to basketball. The Euro Cup playoffs. Budućnost defeated Monaco 77-76. Gran Canaria over Lebalis 84-74. Virtus Bologna Bologna, excuse me. Juventud Badalona 80-75. In Spain, basketball, Real Madrid over Obradorio 87-71. Barcelona defeated Estudiantes 98-60. Hockey in Sweden, Leskans over HV 71 6-0. Czech action, the playoffs in the Extra Liga was Mladia Bolsov over Pardubice 5-3 and Liberec over Montfield HK 3-1. Finland, their hockey, Kalpa over JYP 4-1. Karpat over Pelicans 2-0. Preseason baseball in Major League Baseball. Boston Red Sox over the Atlanta Braves 7-6. Baltimore Orioles over the Tampa Bay Rays 4-3. Detroit Tigers and New York Yankees ended up 5-5 tie. Pittsburgh Pirates over the Minnesota Twins 1-0. St. Louis Cardinals and the Washington Nationals ended in a 5-5 tie. The New York Mets over the Miami Marlins 5-3. Chicago White Sox beat the Chicago Cubs 3-1. San Francisco Giants over the Cleveland Indians 7-0. Oakland Athletics over the Colorado Rockies 4-1. Texas Rangers over Los Angeles Angels 6-4. Milwaukee Brewers over Los Angeles Dodgers 9-6. San Diego Padres over Cincinnati Reds 5-4. And the Toronto Blue Jays over Philadelphia Phillies 9-3. And in the ninth inning, unless Arizona makes a big comeback, the Seattle Mariners will win 3-0. South Korea in the Korean Baseball Organization preseason games, Hanwha Eagles over the Doosan Bears by a score of... I got it for. Thank you. Let's try that again. The Hanwha Eagles over the Doosan Bears 4-3. KT Wiz Swan over the LG Twins for tie. Lottie Giants over the SSG Landers 3-2. Kia Tigers over the NC Dinos 11-1. And the Samsung Lions and the Kaiwoom Heroes ended in a 3-3 tie. And my dear God, we have literally 3 minutes left, only a 45-minute show. Well, all I can say is, wow, we've done a 45-minute broadcast. Actually, a 43-minute broadcast in total. Enjoy Nick Rekida's show tonight. It's going to be pretty good. And enjoy your day tomorrow. We got, I do believe tomorrow the men and women have their March Madnesses continuing. We will, of course, bring you all the scores and everything else about them on the only sports cast that is very safe. That's right. We practice safe sports casting. So join us tomorrow. I think we're on at 11:35. I'm not sure. Watch our little adverts on my Twitter and Facebook pages. But for everybody here, for my lovely cat Uno, the mouse assassin, my mother, and everybody that works hard for this program, my mother right there in seat. There you go.
Keep down.
And for all of us here at the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports, Steve the Baxman Baxley saying so long, good night on the West Coast, good morning on the East Coast. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. Before we go, I promised this, so we are going to be a little late with it. Let's get an update on Wart the Wizard, the Portal of Echoes, external armor, or Eternal Armor, excuse me, and Peregrine.
See, he'll get you something when he gets.
What Wizard? $7,835. Yes, sir. Mandy Summers continues to outpace the original that she did. And once again, getting close. And I did predict that the final tote, she will go over Wart the Wizard 1 by $200. So congratulations. Now, let's get an update on Peregrine.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Come here. Here, back yourself.
Let's see how Peregrine is doing as it continues to swing and sway and play all day. Okay, Peregrine, boys and girls, Peregrine. Let's get to it. Come on, boys. Peregrine, Wings of the Falcon, 51,690 buckaroonies. Huzzah! Very good. Good friend Piper, the Wolf Mother. Gorgeous lady, great creative mind. So congratulations, Piper. Congratulations, Fizzy. That Fizz juice is going to come in handy. 51,690 big old schmackaroonies. Now, one more check before I complete the farewells. Let's check Eternal Armor. See how that's doing. Let's 5,545 big old buckaroos. Wyatt, you are hitting all aces. Okay. We are officially done. We want to thank you all very much. We're about 2 minutes over, but that's okay. We're back tomorrow night, 11:35 or midnight. We'll have our little adverts on my Facebook page and my Twitter page, so you'll all know, as well as I will. Thank you all very much for watching, and please tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell the Romans and countrymen that we got a funny, weird sportscast here. I like to invite you back for more. So please join me for more. God bless you, George Siegel. You will be missed. And I can't wait for tomorrow's edition of the Goldbergs, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm Steve, the Baxman Baxley. This has been a Mystifying Creativity production in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. For those of us here and those of us there and those of us everywhere, good night, good morning, and have a great one, everybody. Good night, my heart, my soul, and my love to all of you. Good night. Bye-bye. Let's get out of here. Boom. See you tomorrow, everybody.